Following the events of the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker returns from his encounter with Bloodsport, only to discover that his freedom comes at a price. What's going on, guys? Multiverse here with yet another action figure review video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the McFarlane Peacemaker from the TV show Peacemaker. Starting off this video, guys, we are of course taking a look at the Deluxe Theatrical Edition McFarlane packaging. And before I get really started into this figure, guys, I just want to say I'm back. It is good to be back. I am extremely happy to have my studio back up and running again. I know it looks the same as last time, except we got some blue poster board, but the red cloth is the same. So I'm happy to be doing videos. We'll be back doing 2 videos up every single week. So as you can see, guys, this boxing is a bit different. This one is the open face window with a bunch of accessories inside, but this one is a black and gold or black and yellow, however it's coming up on the camera, but it looks like it's black and gold to me. Maybe I'm colorblind, I don't know. We do see the DC Multiverse logo front and center, as well as Peacemaker the series down at the bottom with Peacemaker's name underneath it. I do enjoy this figure a lot more than the Suicide Squad variant we got from this one. He will definitely make an appearance in this video. Flipping over to the side, guys, we do see, of course, Peacemaker the series again and DC Studios at the top. Over here on the back, guys, is a nice little concept image for the Peace Out Mother Trucker written on the back here. I want to say this right here was a photo for the Suicide Squad movie, so I know this is supposed to be for the series, but I could be wrong. A lot of Peacemaker's promotion photos are pretty much the same. Either him standing there looking stoic or having the crossed pistols, even though he only has one pistol that he uses. Flipping over to this side, guys, is of course just some more logos with DC Multiverse, Peacemaker's name, and Peacemaker at the bottom. Nothing at all going on at the top, and then down here at the bottom is the barcode for you barcode guys. With all that said, guys, let's go ahead and rip Peacemaker out of the packaging and see how he looks. So right here, guys, is Peacemaker fresh out of the packaging, and for my first hand impressions on this figure, I do enjoy it, but I do wish that he got a little bit more love on the factory floor. Really just the articulation. When you're giving us a theatrical edition that you're naming a Deluxe Theatrical Edition, I expect him to get kind of like the treatment that Marvel Legends is doing with their Maximum series, with full-fledged articulation. Every single joint is able to move. I want some ab action, some crunch, some swivel. I want all of that. His entire body is just a reuse of the Suicide Squad Peacemaker that we got before. However, I do respect that we got more in terms of accessories, and we'll be taking a closer look at that in a little bit. However, they didn't include his sword and they didn't include his axe. I feel like he should have got his complete arsenal, but that's neither here nor there. Definitely enjoy the figure though, and to have him go on the top shelf. With all that said, guys, let's go ahead and move away from taking a look at Peacemaker and take a closer look at the accessories that he did come with. When it comes to the accessories, guys, this guy does come with quite a few options in terms of different head sculpts and his different helmets. He does, of course, come, though, guys, with not a standard DC display stand that McFarlane typically gives us. This right here is definitely a must-have. I do love the new DC logo. I know it is a bit of an older logo, but I do love having this one here. He does, of course, come with his own trading card, which is the same image on the back of the box with Deluxe Theatrical Edition written on the side. Flipping over to the back, guys, is the tiny read-up that I read at the beginning. So go ahead and pause the screen and read it right now. If you wanted to, always give you that little bit of a second. He does, of course, come with his trusty pal, Eagly, and Eagly, unfortunately, is not going to be counted as his own figure. He is, of course, just an accessory for him for 0 articulation, and he is the exact same eagle that we got with the Superman release, and I'll put the picture of that figure right here. It is the same eagle, so is this really Eagly, or is it just a generic guy? Who knows? But it is something we've seen before, and I want to say we also saw it with Beast Boy, and if I am correct, his picture will be on the screen right now as well. Going off here, guys, now looking at his deagle that he carries around. It is beautifully detailed. Hopefully I can get it to where I've got more lights in the studio, so let me know if you guys prefer this. I can tell it is very bright on screen, so let me know if I need to dial it down. We now have 3 lights in the studio showing off all of the detail in the grooves. I do love that they put the little dove of peace on the handle for him, and flipping over to the other side is exactly the same, so they did not cheap out. I know with some tiny figures they cheap out, do all the detail on one side but kind of ignore the other and it looks sloppy, but this one does look just as good as the other side. Taking a look at his head sculpt, guys, I can definitely see John Cena's face in here, and I am a fan of John Cena. I watched him growing up in WWE. Now that I'm 27 years old, I've definitely fallen out of wrestling because it just got too dramatized for me. We do, of course, have some nightmare fuel for another head sculpt, which definitely still looks like Peacemaker, looks like John Cena. But if you couldn't tell, the connecting at the top is for the other masks. There we go, guys. I was able to get that one plugged on there. Sorry about that. Took a lot longer than I expected. I kept pushing it back. You got to push it forward. The connector is up here in the front. But I do love seeing that the Dove of Peace is now sculpted in all of the masks. If you want to pull them all up, every last one of the helmets now has the Dove of Peace sculpted into it. And I do love seeing the little splash of gold that they put on there too. And if I reach off screen here and bring in the Suicide Squad Peacemaker, they have the design up top for where the Dove of Peace should go, but it's not up there at all. So I do love seeing that they put a little bit more love into the Deluxe Edition, or the so-called Deluxe Edition. With all that said, guys, let's go ahead and move away from the accessories and take a closer look at the detail. Zooming right in and take a closer look at the detail, guys. This is where McFarlane has his time to shine. Now, I know with some figures, he doesn't really do a lot of detail, but this guy here is beautifully sculpted. I think this one is my favorite helmet that he has on now, so I will definitely be displaying him on the shelf with this one. We did take a little bit of a look at the helmets, but I just want to pull those in here too. The little splash of reflective silver, the oh so beautiful splash of blue and gold. It does look amazing. This is my least favorite now. I cannot see Peacemaker ever since they added color to his helmet. I cannot see him without the color blues or blacks or whatever other colors that he has for his helmets. Going down here now, guys, looking at the chest piece. The chest piece is beautifully detailed. I love seeing the riplets of his uniform and even like the wrinkles of how he's like moving in his uniform. I can kind of see where it's like bleeding through the yellow, although I want to say his dove is white, so I don't know why it's light yellow here. I could be wrong, but memory's telling me that the dove is supposed to be white on his chest, and I may change that if that is the case. Flip it over to the back, guys. Same ordeal. The nice little riplets going all the way through, although I still have some paint chippage here from, I guess, when they wanted to paint his sleeves. I guess they kind of accidentally nicked the machine nicked or spit on the back of this Peacemaker here. I will say I'm not a big fan of this. I wasn't a big fan of it with this variant from the Suicide Squad. They also have the gap in the back. It makes him look like he's trying to wear a medium-sized shirt. And I know, you know, John Cena is a big hulking man, but this right here is just very annoying. I know there's only so much they could do, but this is where the extra articulation and adding in the ab cut here would have been a great use of detail. Going down here now, guys, looking at the utility belt he's got going on. He's got, I guess that's supposed to be his little notepad. I don't know what that is. Maybe that little... In Suicide Squad, he uses this as the blow dart. So here's a little blow dart. These might be the darts that he puts in it then. That makes more sense than a notepad. And then, of course, his extra magazines for his Desert Eagle. Going down now, guys, looking at the pants. I love the holster. I think that the holster was a nice addition to add to it. I always felt the other edition was nude without it. I know they had that stupid rule of, you can't have plastic guns. It's dangerous for children. I don't see how this is dangerous or inflicts violence, but that's neither here nor there. The pants look good. I love seeing the detail of the pants. They have that little ripple design that you can feel. I love seeing that you can also tell it's different textures for the padded portions as well. And then, of course, the boots. They are also nice, ribbed, padded, and look amazing. With all that said, guys, let's go ahead and zoom out, move away from the detail, and let's take a closer look at the size, his articulation, and then we'll jump into some size comparison. When it comes to how tall Peacemaker stands, guys, looks like Peacemaker stands to the top of the head at 7 3/8. Ooh, it's a little bit blurry. There you go, 7 3/8. So he is almost at the 7.5 mark, so a little bit taller than the standard 7 inches. We'll go ahead and take him off his display stand here, which does hold on nice and snug. Looking at his head articulation, guys, he can look all the way up and all the way down. He gets some really decent head tilt, and it also rotates all the way around. His head is also interchangeable, so even when you take his mask off, guys, it does not hinder any of the articulation abilities. He still gets some good mobility there. His arms do go up past 90 degrees, and they do come with a bicep swivel, as well as you can see the double hinged elbows. They did, of course, put him on the old school wrist peg, so with that little ball joint, it does hinge up and down. Get a nice little wave there, and rotates all the way around. He has no ab articulation. You can only bend him forward so much, but it's more located at the waist. But he is a super limbo master at the DC parties, and I think he might be taking the gold. He does, of course, have the waist swivel, and his legs do spread out. Remember, if you're going to make him hit the peaceful splits, take his gun out. It is a soft plastic, but you don't want this bad boy to warp over time. So he can definitely hit the splits, but only by so much. His legs go forward about that far and goes back about that far with no McFarlane crotch gap. Very rare to see. Double hinged knees, but his thunder thighs are in the way. And when it comes to his ankles, they go down, they go up. He has toe articulation, and of course that beautiful ankle pivot. Starting off with the size comparison, guys, here we have the new Peacemaker standing next to the old Suicide Squad Peacemaker. And you can see here, this one looks like he stands just a little bit taller than the old one, but the detail on both look to be exactly the same. I will say his peace symbol does look bigger than his, but this isn't a competition. Next up, guys, if you want to start building your DCU shelves like I am doing, then here you have Peacemaker standing next to the new David Cornsweet Superman. As you can see here, John Cena's character stands a lot taller than David Cornsweet, although I'm not sure. I know David Cornsweet's 6'4". I think he's taller than John Cena, but I'll have to Google that. Next up, guys, here we have Peacemaker standing next to the McfarlaneToys Scarface Predator. And as you can see here, I feel like this scales perfectly. And last but not least, guys, here we have Peacemaker standing next to the Marvel Legends Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine. And as you can see here, it simply just will not work. Alrighty, guys, and there you have it. Another action figure review video in the books on my channel for you guys to enjoy. When it comes to my final review on this new deluxe theatrical edition of Peacemaker, I'm going to have to give him a solid 8.5 out of 10. Don't get me wrong, guys, I love this figure. I think it does look amazing, but it definitely has its faults, and it's more so just a miss out on what they could have done. McFarlane, if you're going to give us these deluxe ones, you gotta go all in. You gotta cough up the extra money, make us spend a little bit more on them. I know they're already like 30 bucks a piece. However, more articulation is going to go a long way, and it's going to benefit you in terms of making a sale. Now, I know you're going to lose the contract, but we'll see how things go. I know that there's supposedly something going on behind the scenes of them trying to work a deal where Mattel has say-so and McFarlane has say-so. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what the future of collecting is going to hold for us all. With all that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. I know I went on a little bit of a hiatus there, and I'm so sorry that it took longer than I thought it was going to do with locking on a house, getting situated, getting my daughter in school, everything just one right after the other, busy, but I am back, and I am here to do more videos for your enjoyment. With all that said, guys, let me know down in the comments what you would like to see next in terms of figures, and I will try to snag it if I don't have it, and if I have it, I will dig it out of the boxes that are sitting next to me right now. With all that said, guys, I'm getting out of here, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Later.